In life, we all face the same glass. Now, whether you see it as half empty or half full, it's totally up to you. But for me, choosing to see the glass as half full doesn't mean that I'm ignoring life's challenges. Instead, it means I'm choosing to focus on the blessings, the opportunities, and the lessons that are in front of me. When you train your mind to see life with gratitude and hope, that opens the door for peace, growth, and fulfillment. Having the half-full mindset gives you strength to endure the struggles and faith to believe that greater is coming. Growing up, I used to see my dad complain a lot. And one day when he wasn't around, I went to my mom and asked, "Mom, why is Dad so negative?" And she said to me that he doesn't allow himself to get too excited about anything in life because it keeps him from being disappointed if something doesn't work out. Years later, I would think to myself, that's such a disappointing way to live. Living like this in itself is a disappointment. At my workplace, I go around posting positive affirmations within the warehouse. And I work with a negative Nancy, so to speak. This woman is always blaming everyone and everything for her misery. And so one day, her and I were both at one of my affirmations that I hung up in the warehouse. And the affirmation says, "Never give up." And I asked her, "How do you feel when you read these words?" And she said to me, "Nothing." And I just chuckled because that is the type of answer that I was expecting from her, so I was not surprised. But to have that type of mindset of just wanting to get up and get through the day, never getting anything meaningful out the day, just wanting to get through the day so you can get to the end of the day and do whatever you want to do. It's crazy to me because having that type of mindset and living your life that way, you're living in defeat. And people who have a pessimistic mindset feel like they're lacking purpose in their life. They're lacking purpose in their life because they're not challenging themselves. If you're not challenging yourself, then you're just going to go through each and every day of your life only looking to get through each and every day. Never striving but surviving. Settling for a life of mediocrity. But life is far too short for that. Each and every single moment of our lives, time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. We're losing valuable time. And it's such a shame that many people are content with living a life of defeat and mediocrity. We all know that life goes by so fast, so fast. But yet so many of us take it for granted until the loss of a loved one or a bad doctor's report for us to realize that, man, life truly is short. When I was in my 20s, I used to often reflect back. I used to envision myself as the elderly version of myself, sitting on a front porch in a rocking chair. And as I would be sitting in the rocking chair, I would be rocking back and forth and reflecting back over my life. And what I saw I didn't like, because I saw a life that was filled with regrets. And that's when it dawned on me that I don't want to get to the end of my life and see a life that's filled with regrets. I want to be able to look back over my life and see one that has been fulfilled. I want to be able to look back over my life and be like, wow, I'm so glad I did that. Instead of reflecting back over it and saying, damn, if only I had done that. But at this time, it would be too late. It would be too late to do anything. I just don't understand how so many individuals waste so many of their days, so many of their nights, investing so much of their time and energy on the people and things that detract from their quality of life. Life is too short for that. You want to focus on doing things that will improve your quality of life, like changing your diet, like exercising, like being around like-minded individuals, like absorbing positive and inspirational content like my video. It's amazing to me. But yet so many individuals do it. So many individuals are content with settling for a life of mediocrity and defeat. All the while, time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. We are to seize the moment. We are to make each and every single day of our lives count. And when I was 6 years old, I was struck by an automobile. My dad said I was placed in a coma for well over 24 hours before coming out of it. And since he told me that, I always felt like God brought me out of a coma to do some great things in this world. And one of those great things is to be an inspiration to others. That's why I make these inspirational videos for all to see. Because I just can't envision myself waking up only looking to get through the day. I feel like it would be I would be disappointing God if I were to just live my life as an ordinary individual. No, each and every day of my life, I strive to be an extraordinary individual. Each and every day of my life, I owe it to myself to let this little light of mine shine. Each and every day of my life, I look to be an inspiration to others, to help them to see that, hey, even though you don't have it all together, that doesn't mean that you should live a life of defeat and mediocrity. No. I want others to see. I want to be an inspiration for others to see that you are worthy of better. You don't need superficial things, and contrary to whatever you may believe, you don't need superficial things to become the better version of yourself. You don't need superficial things to become the best version of yourself. And I believe so many people believe in this notion but it's not true, it's a lie. And for that alone, it hinders them and causes them to believe that they don't have what it takes to become better, that their circumstances does not allow them to become better, that it's just not meant for them to be better. So therefore, they waste so many of their days. You owe it to yourself to say to yourself each and every day of your life, no matter how bad things are and no matter how bad things get, I'm going to make it. You are going to make it. But first, you must start waking up each and every single day of your life by being intentional about seeing the glass that's in front of you as half full. Because seeing it as half empty hasn't gotten you anywhere. Hey, you owe it to yourself, I owe it to myself, we all owe it to ourselves to do better and be better so we can make our individual worlds better. If you like the words that I have shared in this video, then by all means, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. God bless.